What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Bianconeri Zone for a new show on this Monday, sad Monday, because Bologna are now 9 points behind us, which was, I don't know, 17 at one point, 14 at 1.9 now. And even though you would think it shouldn't be a problem, it is a problem for this team. It is a problem for Allegri, and I don't actually want to talk about it in terms of, I don't want to acknowledge that it should be a problem in terms of, man, they actually are going to catch us. We're going to collapse so badly that we are going to completely fall out of the top four. It shouldn't happen, but that's the case. However, in this video, we are going to talk about poor players. Us having a poor squad up to a point where apparently we have one of the worst squads in the league. That's out there. So that's what we're going to talk about. Before we do that, hit that like button. That's important. But also subscribe, because we're getting closer and closer to 5K. And it will be amazing to hit that before the end of the season. It should be easy. So a lot of people do watch the videos without subscribing. So please subscribe now. And let's jump into the video. Somebody said, actually, and he was right, I think. He said it's more enjoyable to watch our players on loan than watch Juve play games. And there's some truth into that, because maybe it's because there's less stress attached to it, 100%. But also, the players on loan are doing well, they're doing well. And when we talk about, we have poor players, we sound some of them out on loan was the right decision in some cases. I do agree, for getting playing times. But the point is, these players are coming back, or they should be coming back. However, are they going to stay? That's so important, And I say that because we have a poor squad, apparently. Now, to make that clear, I do not rate a lot of players in this squad. It's not that at the end of the season, if you want me to be honest, and I will do it at the end of the season, we will have those type of shows where we're going to go over the squad composition, all those things. I will move on a lot of players. However, when I say these things, I will move them on because I want to reach a point where we're far away from. However, the players we're moving on are still a lot better than a lot of teams have in this league. And with a lot of teams, I mean the bottom half. Teams, we win games, but however, we struggle throughout 90 minutes. We look like the equals and we just nick it at times, most of the times. That's where my issue comes into play. That, yes, I agree that this is not a world-class squad, whatever. However, a squad is good enough. Decisions being made are part of the issue, in my opinion, as well, because if you look at the Inter squad, and they have a better squad, however, did anyone really wanted Acerbi when we were linked with him? Did anyone ever imagine how Di Marco would have improved? Did anyone want Mkhitaryan? Was everybody jumping to sign Çalhanoğlu? All these things do matter. Players get better by coaching. When I look at the team, I struggle to really see that. When I talk about Rabiot, if Rabiot was on 3 million euros and we were not renewing him every single year for 8.5 million, I would have less of an issue with it, And to pair that with, he is portrayed as one of those top players. Allegri trusts him, and he's so key. He's not so key to what we do. He's key to Allegri. However, to winning games, it's not like a player. If Rabiot moves on, it's not that we're going to sit here and we're like, oh my God, how are we going to replace Rabiot? In a normal world, you can replace Rabiot, especially for that wage. When I look at the backline, and that's where the talks start. Alexandro's going to leave. If you look at what Huijsen is doing at Roma, forget about the goal. There was a good cracking goal, however, just purely defensively. He looks ready to play. He's not the finished article. However, he looks like he is close to becoming a very good, solid Serie A starter. Again, he needs game time. But that comes into play next season. Because next season, you're going to need to make those tough decisions. I said it a couple of weeks ago. Houston is not coming back to sit on the bench. He's playing for Roma. He's not coming back to sit on the bench. He will push for a move because he wants to play, and he's not going to push for a move to Sassuolo or Frosinone coming from Roma. So that's a very tricky situation, because if he develops as he keeps developing until the end of the season, he will come back to the club and he will ask, am I going to play? If not, I have a feeling he's going to say, okay, sell me. And if it's to Roma, we're also screwed because they have no money. But he will ask for that move. And he has every right to make that decision, to be moved on. If he proves from now until the end of the season that he actually can play. And that's when I say, when people talk about poor squads, and I agree, things need to change. I fully agree with that. I'm fully aware of that. However, 3 years in, the main issue is we have no identity. And that has something to do with the squad. However, more so with the ideas of Allegri, the way he wants to play. We go down a goal when things get tough. We look clueless. Oh, you might say we look clueless just in general, but when things get tough, we go down a goal and whatever, we struggle. And we got away with a few times, Monza, Verona, Salernitana. However, it stops at one point. It's over. And now we reach that point. It's over. You're not going to get away with it, and we have nothing to fall back onto. But on the House situation, decisions should be made in the summer. De Sciglio, players like De Sciglio and Alexandro, they should all be gone. Gatti, if a good offer comes in, we need money. The club needs to think about it. Because Rugani, he can do a job. He's cheaper in terms of you're not going to get a transfer fee for him. So all the decisions need to be taken into thought. Danilo talks about a new contract. That can absolutely not happen. You need to move on. You need to start building something new, something fresh. In the midfield, that goes the same for the midfield. You have Sule coming back. If we play like this, if Allegri stays, he's gone. And, for our own sake, for his sake, he better leaves because he's not going to fit in at all. So do we have a poor squad? I don't think we have a poor squad. I don't think we have the best squads we have ever had. That's definitely true. But we have a better squad than Bologna, Fiorentina, Udinese, Empoli, Verona. Did I mention Sassuolo, Salernitana? And we struggle. We won games against them, but it was never, most of the time, it wasn't easy. And that's a big issue 3 years in. That's my point. That's my point. And on top of that, it feels like the team completely collapsed. And it's not the first time in the last 3 years that these things happen. And you can say it's the players, and it is the players, because you need to be better. You cannot have these mental breakdowns the moment things go south. However, we change players throughout these 3 years, and the same issues occur. At that point, I'm like, okay, you just need to look at the coach as well. You're like, it's 3 years. The same things happen over and over again. Something is not clicking, right? Something is not working. And what's happening now has nothing to do with quality. What happened against Empoli and Udinese and Verona has nothing to do with quality. It hasn't. We hit a setback and we struggle to overcome that because we don't have anything to fall back on. We don't have that, players or the players, we remain calm because we are the better team. We're just going to outplay them. Be calm and we'll get back into it. We at times can get back into it, but we can fall back into it completely. It switches so much lately. And even when we were on that winning streak, and I said, we got away with a few things here. You'll take the win, but it's still not convincing. It's still a bit worrying. Those were all warning signs up to this, And when people say, and there's also a thing, when we talk about we want to see better football, it's just an identity. You get the answer, you want to play like Man City with this team? Nobody on this freaking earth said we should be playing like Man City. Nobody said that. Absolutely nobody said that. You want to play tiki-taka football? Also, nobody said that. You think you're going to win the title with this team? Also, nobody said that. These things have never been said, but the moment you have some issues with the style of play, they come up with fake things that nobody actually expected from this team. Play like Man City, win the title this season over Inter. Nobody was expecting these things. That's not what we're complaining about. We're looking at 3 years and there's still no style of play. And that's so worrying. especially because we're not going to sign the players I think Allegri needs to actually do his thing. It's not going to happen, and that's a big worry. But like I said, that's my video. Let me know in the comments what you think about it. Subscribe to the channel. Close to getting to 5K. We can reach that if everybody actually subscribes. And also like the video. I will be live later tonight. And yeah, let's see what we're going to talk about later tonight. Thanks for watching. Ciao.